Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back at you guys with another video, and today this video is going to be about my 2.5 years VSG post-op. I was supposed to be doing this video about a month and a half ago, but life be lifing. I haven't done a VSG update video or a VSG related video in quite some time, like a dedicated video. And I know a lot of you subscribe because a lot of you are going through your experience with having weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, any form of bariatric surgery. I'm gonna do my 2.5 years update for you guys, even though I'm a little bit behind. I'm in the halfway mark, and I have a few little things that I want to mention to you guys. And I don't know if you guys are further along, further out, or if you're going through your experience and it's really early on, then you could fall back into this video so you guys know what to expect or what I am experiencing, maybe you're experiencing. I just wanted to come on here and do this type of video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell down below so you guys know when I upload my videos. So without further ado, let's get on with the video, guys. Hi, how are you guys? Long time no chat. It's been a very long time since I've done a VSG related video. I have work I have to be out the door in about an hour, so hopefully I could get this video done fast for you guys so you guys know what to expect in your 2.5 years VSG post-op. Before we get started, I want to talk about my nails, my nails. Nail Reserve was kind enough to send me a few gel polishes and cuticle oil to create a perfect manicure. I don't know about you guys, but doing my own nails has saved me so much money because I can get a gel manicure in the comfort of my home. One thing I love about Nail Reserve is that they prioritize our well-being with the safest ingredients, not damaging our nails. Use my discount code SophiaRoses to save 50% for a minimum of 2 products. Let me know if you tried Nail Reserve in the comments down below. So obviously I have the nails on right now. This is one of my favorite colors. You guys know I'm such a neutral color. I did pick out some bright colors as well because we're going into the spring and summertime months. But guys, like I said, everything that you need to know, all the links will be in the description box down below. And I also have a discount code for you guys as well, which is on the screen. All right, so let's get into the bread and butter of the video. We're gonna do some weight loss stats. I did my VSG surgery July 20th of 2022. My highest weight was 297 pounds. My surgery weight was 281 pounds. I did a liquid diet, so I went from 297 to 281 to get the surgery. I had to do a liquid diet. The most I've lost having the surgery was 160 pounds. Right now, I gained a little weight. And we're going to talk about it in today's video. Currently, I am 140 pounds. The smallest I've been in this journey was 133 pounds. I am a size 4'6", and my bra size is 34 double D. This is me before surgery, and then this is me after surgery. This is me currently. That was me about, I would say about a week and a half ago. That's the most current picture that I have of myself currently. So now we got all the weight loss stats out of the way. Let's talk about what I'm experiencing since being so far out. With VSG, everything becomes easier as you keep going forward. Obviously, the first year is the toughest year. I feel like you are learning your body. You are adjusting to your new normal. You're just trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't. Now, I am going to do a disclaimer. Everybody's weight loss journey is different. Everybody's bodies is different. For me, I wanted to maximize the first year. So I did exercise, I did eat healthy. I followed my doctor's instructions, my doctor and my dietitian's instruction on losing weight. And I went hard the first year. You can lose weight without working out. Obviously, you can. You know, this is weight loss surgery. But I wanted to lose as much weight as possible. That was my mindset at the time. So I did work out. So I did not experience any stalls. A lot of people always ask weight loss stalls, how do you deal with it? I really didn't experience weight loss stalls. I pretty much lost weight every month. Weight did slow down for me, I think about a year after weight loss. I lost about, let's see if I have it written down. If I don't, I'll write it in the screen. I lost my first 100 pounds in 6 months. And then in a year, I think I lost 125, 30 pounds. And then the following year, which is year number 2, like I lost 14 pounds. Like after that year, I lost another 14 pounds. With my weight loss, I did gain a little bit weight. The holidays kicked my butt. I wasn't moving as much as I wanted to during the winter time. And the wintertime blues is definitely real. Definitely real. So now I'm 140. And a lot of people probably be like, oh girl, that's nothing. You know, going from 133 to 140, it's normal. I've talked to my therapist. I talked to my doctor about it. People who lose a significant amount of weight in their journey do gain between 4 to 7 pounds back. And that's sort of like your regular weight. Your body was just adjusting to the weight loss. And I feel like my body has been adjusting to the weight loss. I feel great. I can't even imagine myself being that weight again. I look at pictures and I'm just like, who is this person? Who is this person? So I'll put a few pictures up here. So I'm just like, I don't even look like the same person anymore. Still so surreal. You know, I am used to the weight loss now, and this is the new me, right? I can't even fathom the person that I used to be because literally it's night and day. My mindset, how I thought, the way that I treated my body, everything spiritually, mentally, everything is just completely different from that girl that I used to be. I'm still that person, don't get me wrong, like, you know, I'm still me, but it's almost like a better version of myself, right? So that's where I'm at right now. Sweating. So in the beginning, I barely sweat. That was a completely like different thing for me, not to sweat. Now that my body is used to me being this way, I sweat. Do I overly sweat how I used to? No. My whole body, I was working a lot. Like I was working to move. There was a lot of weight that I was dealing with in my small frame. I am 5'2". So you could imagine 297 pounds and a 5'2" short little girl like myself, okay? So yeah, I was sweating. Now I do sweat, you know, if it's extremely hot or if I'm working out. Before, it was pretty hard for me to sweat. Now I can sweat. I feel like my body is getting used to this weight. So that's where my body is in terms of sweating. So if you guys notice that you haven't been sweating in your first year, you will sweat again. I promise you that. Your body is just going to get used to everything. Menstrual cycle is still the same. I started getting my regular period monthly, 6 months post-op. And it's been regular ever since. Like, you know, there's times when my period was late a couple of days, but that's the extent of it. But for the most part, it's regular. Prior to having VSG, like I had crazy irregular periods. Like there will be times where I won't have my periods for months at a time. I would skip a whole menstrual cycle and then have my period, and it's heavy flow, almost like it's attacking me, making up for the past month or 2 that I missed. Now it's regular, lasts about 4 to 5 days, very regular, very regular. It did come late a few times, but just a few days. So that's pretty good. Like coming from somebody who had irregular periods to now, I think that's a win. I think that's a win. Being cold, I mentioned in the beginning, very early on in the stages that I get really cold. Now I do still get cold, don't get me wrong. It's a different type of level because when I was bigger, I was always hot all the time. Like winter was my favorite favorite season, like fall and winter, because I wasn't sweating as much as I would sweat during the spring and summertime. I still get cold, but it's not as bad as how it was in the beginning. Like the first year was really brutal for me. The first year and a half was brutal for me in terms of being cold all the time. Now that I take my vitamins regularly, calcium, I take my collagen, everything. I take everything religiously every day. Okay, I'm going to show you on the screen what I use. I use Bari Life. I just changed the game for me. I do have a discount code if you guys do want to try it. No pressure, but I'll leave it down in the description box down below as well if you guys are interested and if you're looking for vitamins. And you know, just an easy way to like take in your vitamins, take in your calcium, all of the above. Bari Life just makes it easy for you, you know? So I'll leave that in the description box down below just in case, because I know a lot of you ask, what do I take in terms of vitamins, collagen, and all of that? It's Bari Life. Still drink my protein shakes every morning, so I'll have protein coffee to kickstart my protein. Still in a high protein, low carb diet, not necessarily, but I tend to 90% of the time do high protein, low carb, anything, and then I will treat myself sometimes with like regular food, like a pizza, like, you know, like whatever, like, you know, I'm not like restricted. I still want to live my life, but I practice mindful eating. Mindful eating is like pretty simple. You eat and you stop when you full. That's it. I do not overeat. I always stress this in every video when I do my VSG content. I eat, I stop when I'm full. That's it. I do not overeat. And I notice that sometimes when I am hungry or when I think I'm hungry, 85% of that is probably because I'm thirsty and I didn't really drink a lot of water. If you guys are suffering from always being hungry, it's probably because you're dehydrated. That's what I've noticed in this VSG journey, and I still experience that till this day. Let's talk about eating more. You know, you do eat more as you keep going through the journey. Yeah, like I feel like I could eat 10 times more than I could, and that's when it gets a little scary. I get scared. That's just what it is. Like, oh my God, I ate more. What am I gonna do? I hope I don't gain weight. I can't gain weight. I get really scared, and nothing is perfect, and you know, you do eat more, but that's when everything that you learn during the first year, that's where it comes to play. You have to practice mindful eating. You have to stop when you're full. You have to eat healthier. Yes, you could eat your favorite foods, but you have to in moderation. You know, everything is in moderation. Come from a place of binge eating, and that's a disorder. I'm still dealing with that. So practicing mindful eating, eating with no distractions, all of these things that you learn and you talk to your doctor or whatever the case may be, or you watch your favorite VSG content creator, you know, eating without distractions really definitely helped me in terms of not overeating. There's times where, yeah, I have probably more than I should, but I don't do it all the time. You know, there'll be times I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have a slice of pizza, right? And then tomorrow I'm like, okay, since I had that slice of pizza, I'm gonna have a salad. You know, it's balance, baby. Maybe sometimes I'll have a bad week, but I don't let that bad week define me. You know what I mean? I make sure that, okay, I'll dust myself up and then I keep going. There's times when I freak out, you know, nothing is perfect, but I don't let my freak outs or my disappointments define me. I get right back up and keep pushing, okay? I don't give up on myself. There's certain foods I still can't eat. Regular meals are pretty heavy for me. I notice that I snack a little bit more than I actually eat meals, which is terrible. I tend to snack a lot, so I noticed that with me snacking, I try to have healthier options like yogurt, fruits, popcorn, butterless popcorn. I try to have healthier options. I try to be better with my snacking. I know exactly what works for me and what doesn't. I could eat fish all day, every day. I have a love-and-hate relationship with chicken. Some days I'm good with chicken, some days I'm not. And the only chicken I could eat is wings. I can't eat any other forms of chicken besides wings for some odd reason. Steak, I can eat steak, but that's what I have to be in the mood for steak. And deep fried food doesn't taste as good to me. It's almost like if I like, let's say I'm eating Popeyes, okay, just an example, I can literally taste all the oil. Like it doesn't taste as good. I can eat fried food, but they sit very, very heavy on my stomach. Let's talk about body dysmorphia. I still suffer from body dysmorphia. It's weird because I gained a little bit of weight. I don't know, like I have in my mind that I am bigger than what I am still. I have to look at pictures. That's the only way for me to like see like my weight and what it is. But when I look in the mirror, I definitely don't see my weight loss at all. It's very, very strange. It's a weird thing. I have good days with body dysmorphia and I have bad days with body dysmorphia. It doesn't go away, unfortunately. I talk about body dysmorphia, I think, in every video. I have it and it's unfortunate, obviously, but it's something that I'm dealing with, and I have to take a picture of myself to make sure that everything is good. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't trust the mirror. I barely look at the mirror, to tell you the truth. I really don't. Like, unless I'm doing my makeup, but I rarely like look at the mirror because I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed. And I know it's all in my mind. I'm just being 100% with you. It's pretty weird, but that's just where I am with body dysmorphia. It doesn't get better as you keep going. I felt like I had body dysmorphia even at my biggest as well. So that's something I'm just still dealing with. Instead of looking in the mirror, I take pictures. That's it. You know what I mean? So I try to find solution into that, but it doesn't get better. At least in my case, it didn't get better. Now let's talk about gaining weight. Like my mom, my sisters, they're like, you look amazing. Like, I think this is like a sweet spot for you, being 140, you know? And I don't know, like, you know, I don't know how I feel about being 140, but I do feel a difference in my body versus me being 133. Now we're heading into the spring and summer months, and I'm the most active during those two seasons. Whereas I walk a lot, I'm always outside. In the wintertime, I'm always inside because I'm a cold girl, I hibernate. So I want to see how my body will be in these seasons. I've talked to a lot of people and they have winter weights and summer weights, and I didn't know that was a possibility. Let me know in the comments down below if you know what I'm talking about. I've talked to a lot of people. They said they have winter weights where they're a little like about like 8 pounds bigger, and then they drop all of that weight during the spring and summer. So I'm wondering, if will that be in my case? I don't know. You know, I haven't been a skinny girl for a very long time. I'm still figuring stuff out. So I'm kind of interested to see if that is the case. I noticed for the past 2 summers I've been skinny gal. I've been a skinny gal. Okay. I do recognize that I do eat less. I do like a lot of colder meals. Like I do acai bowls. Like I'll have acai bowl for dinner, honestly. Do a lot of frozen yogurt, a lot of fruits. I drink a lot more water. I'm walking more than 10,000 steps a day, like over plus. And honestly, last summer I was my smallest at 133 to 135. I want to see how that works, if that's going to be the case for me. I will update you guys for sure on that. So yeah, that'll be very interesting to see. Now we're going to talk about styling. I feel like I figured out my style and my body shape and figure out what works for me and what don't. You know, I'm still playing around with fashion and stuff like that. Like, okay, I am in my 30s. I feel like I dress like a little girl, which is okay. Like I'm still trying to figure out, but I have an idea of what cut and what everything works for me. When I look back in my first year of losing the weight, I'm like, what was I wearing, girl? It was a trial and error type thing. Now I feel like I have an idea of what works for me. I'm casual. I'm a casual chic type of girl. I like leggings, jeans. Like I'm very casual. I like comfortability. I am modest. I do dress modestly. You're not gonna see me outside with pom pom shorts or anything like that. That's just not my style. It took me a while, but I figured it out. You know, I'm working on it. So now that I figure out like the type of clothing that looks good for me, now I feel like now I could shop in that realm of cuts and shapes that fit me. I noticed that wide leg pants look really good on me. I love wide leg pants, and I feel like wide leg pants look good on everybody, honestly, if you are a little bit curvy. And I still have some of my curves, so I feel like wide leg pants look good on me, and straight legs look really good on me. Mom jeans is a hit or miss for me because I feel like mom jeans emphasize a lot on my little pouch in my stomach. So, you know, it's a hit or miss with mom jeans. High-waisted pants look good on me, obviously. you guys will figure out your style. You know, there's gonna be hit and misses, you know, but as you go on in your journey, you will figure out what works for your new body. And I think that's one of the funnest part in the journey, is buying clothes and, you know, wearing stuff you thought you would never wear. And I'm still to this day still in awe of me still going into any store and just picking out anything. I don't even need to try on clothes anymore. I just know, okay, small, let's go. I was watching something on TikTok and they said that your accessory is being skinny. And when I was bigger, I didn't understand that. Now that I'm smaller, I totally get it. I could wear a plain anything, and me just being smaller is the accessory. It just makes everything work. When I used to be bigger, I had to be overly fashionable. I had the big hair, the big makeup, you know, I was just overly stylish. And that's nothing wrong with that. I love a stylish person, but being simple, being smaller just works all around. You could be fashionista, you could be simple, or whatever the case may be. Like, being smaller is the fashion statement. And unfortunately, I don't want to offend anybody and stuff like that, but I understand it now, because you could wear almost anything and it will work for you. Whereas me, when I used to be bigger, it was a lot. I have to think about my underwear, like my inner wear. Like, you know, I have to make sure that my bra was good. I have to make sure I'm wearing good, you know, my faja. I got to make sure that everything is working right. I got to make sure the jeans was right. If I was wearing jeans, can I bend down? Will it hurt me in my stomach? Jeans used to hurt. I couldn't wear heels like that, you know. I couldn't walk far with heels. Like, fashion was very restricting for me. Clothes does not restrict me. I don't have any restrictions when it comes to clothes. That's why I used to wear a lot of makeup a lot, because clothes stressed me out. Honestly, makeup didn't have a size. I could do anything I want with makeup. I knew I didn't like my outfit, but I know my makeup was going to be popping. Now I don't really need to focus on anything like that anymore. You know, me going out like this is the fashion statement. It's regular. I'm not stressed out. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm not insecure with my outfits, you know? So yeah, that's where I am with clothes. My love for sweets and salty stuff is still here. It hasn't changed. I could literally eat sweets all day and not eat a proper meal, and that's terrible. And I have done that a few times before. Yeah, that's something that I didn't expect going into having VSG, that I would have such a sweet tooth. When I was bigger, I really didn't have a sweet. I was more of a savory person. I love meals, but now I love sweets. Like, I love like a sweet coffee. I love pastry, chocolate croissant. I love stuff like that, and that will be like my meal. I will have probably 2 of those, and then that's it. Or sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that's not good, and I recognize it. That's why I try my best to have fruits, berries, a lot of berries, because berries don't have a lot of sugar in it, like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blueberries, like all of those berries. I try to have berries and stuff like that. But, you know, there's times where I treat myself. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, live in a crazy restricted diet, because I'm a binge eater, and if I do that, I will binge eat. If I do that, like, if I have a desire to eat something, I'm going to eat it. Now, am I going to overeat it? No. Mindful eating is where that comes into play. I acknowledge it, and I acknowledge that it is a problem for me, and I try my best not to go overboard. If I do decide to have a cookie, you know, I'll probably have 2 cookies instead of 10. Balance. My love for sweets and saltiness, like chips and stuff like that, it definitely has not changed. I could eat a whole bag of chips if I wanted to. It's crazy. I feel like I could eat sweets and chips and all that, but when it comes to like a proper meal, I can't do it. That's where I feel like the weight gain could occur, because of I'm eating a lot of empty calories, and because I'm eating a lot of empty calories, I am not eating enough proteins, and it's going to cause me to eat more of the junk. You understand what I'm saying? So I acknowledge that, and I try my best to limit the amount of sweets and saltiness that I do eat. Like, let me know if your sweet tooth is crazy, because mine is still 2.5 years in. Yeah, I still have the sweet tooth. I still want some salty stuff. So I'm going to answer a few questions. So this person wrote, congratulations on your 3-year anniversary. It's 2.5 years, but thank you. It's about to be 3 years in a few months. I am currently awaiting a surgery date. Please tell me if anything you did to combat loose skin and avoiding droopy looking body. I'm looking forward to the weight coming off, but needing a BBL isn't an ideal situation for me. I'm 5'2". Okay, so what did I do to combat saggy skin? Honestly, I just worked out. The first 6 months I did cardio, and then after I lost my first 100 pounds, I started lifting weights. Now, I started out as 297 pounds. You did mention that you are 5'2". I am also 5. Oh, she says she's 52. My doctor pretty much was telling me, are you worried about loose skin, or you want to get healthy? I do have loose skin and I do dress well for my body. Do I like loose skin? No, I do not like loose skin, but the feeling that I feel today, it doesn't trump it. Like, I feel amazing, and I'm not letting loose skin stop me from feeling amazing. You know what I mean? So I do have loose skin. I am still working on it. Am I gonna have a BBL or surgery? As of now, no. I don't know what the future will hold, but as of now, no. And what am I doing to deal with loose skin? I'm still working. I'm still lifting weights. I do have loose skin. I'm dealing with it. I don't like it, but I don't regret the surgery, and I love how I feel, and that's just what it is. Unfortunately, it's just what it is. The older you are, the more loose skin that you're gonna have. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm in my 30s, so you know, it's not like I was 19 getting the surgery and was easy to bounce back, you know? So you got to be really realistic with your body and your age, your starting weight as well. My doctor did not play with me, and he was really straightforward with me. I can't give you an answer. Just work out, lift weights, you know, and just go through the journey. Don't have expectations at all. At all. Are you going to be disappointed? So another person said, oh, I love your channel. Do you track your food? I don't think you do, but how do you know if you're overeating, and how often do you weigh yourself? Okay, so I don't track my food. I've been up and down with my weight for a very long time. And the first time I lost a lot of weight, which I was younger, I did track my food, and it drove me insane. And I told myself I can't do that anymore. So I don't track my food. Now I do listen to my body. When I'm full, I stop. And that's something you have to learn during the first year. You know, eating with no distraction, no TV, no talking. I did that for a whole year, and that really helped me kind of realizing when I'm hungry and when I'm not hungry. This is something that it's not easy. And a lot of people are like, how do you know? It's hard. I didn't know. I just really listened to my body. I just sat down with my food. I'm like, wow, okay, I can't go anymore. Okay, that means I'm full. I just ate. Why do I feel hungry? It's because you're dehydrated. Drink some water. Force yourself to drink water. You know, these are the things that I notice along the way. So, you know, there's not a real answer. You just have to really pay attention to your body. She asked me how often do I weigh myself. I weigh myself almost every day. When I'm away on my trips, like I'm a flight attendant, so when I'm away on my trips, like my 4, 3, 5-day trips, I don't weigh myself, but normally when I'm home, I weigh myself every day. So I'll wake up in the morning and, you know, relieve myself. I know that's so TMI, and then I'll weigh myself. So that's what I do. Is there anything you would have done differently? No, there's nothing I would have done differently in this journey. I like, thank you, Jesus. You know, I would not do anything differently. Only thing I probably would do is probably have it sooner if I could do it differently, but everything works in God's timing. This person asked, if I had a stall in your weight, how do I become motivated? I've been in the same weight for the past 4 weeks. I am about 7 weeks post-op, and it's discouraging. I even felt like going and buying the wrong food, saying that this is the surgery that the surgery is not going to work for me. I'm trying to stay positive. It's like I have lost more weight on my own without weight loss surgery. I know that they say the weight will start to come off, but damn, when? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like you should just talk to your doctor. I mentioned in this video that I haven't hit a stall at all. Me being motivated is me not wanting to be that person anymore. Sometimes I'll look at my old picture and be like, I don't want it. You know, you did say that you did lose some weight, which is amazing. Do you want to get back to how you used to be? No, right? You keep going. Sometimes you just got to trust the process. Talk to your doctor. Maybe your doctor will give you another solution. You said you're about 7 weeks. Girl, it's still early. It's still early. Don't stress yourself out. I feel like when you go into expectations, you're going to be disappointed. That's what I'm seeing. Everybody is different. Still listen to your doctor's weight loss plan. Still keep pushing it. Your motivation is being the best version of yourself. That should be a motivation. 7 weeks is still early, girl. Girl, it's still early. You keep pushing it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. So don't give up on yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. Do you have any plans for any plastic surgeries? No, I do not. At the moment, I do not. Did your chest completely deflate? It sure did. I was a double J and now I am a double D. So I lost a lot of weight in my chest. I'm in my pre-approval stage and I'm nervous about my chest deflating. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, I was large chested and I wanted my boobs to go away. There was a point where I was thinking about having a breast reduction before having weight loss surgery, but I'm kind of happy that I had my weight loss surgery first than having a breast reduction, because I lost, yeah, a lot of my weight was in my chest area. Oh, you don't want to lose weight in your chest, but like I said, just don't have any expectations. I feel like expectation is gonna ruin the experience. Go into this journey. I just want to be healthy. I just want to be healthy. Whatever that looks like, I just want to be healthy. And that's what I did. I didn't expect myself to look any other way but me just being healthy. That's the main thing. Appearance shouldn't be your number one thing. You know, your health should be your number one. How many times a week do you exercise? I exercise at least 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been really consistent the last 2 months, but I make sure that I hit 10K steps a day, between 8 to 10K a day. So I track my steps. Did you experience loose skin? Yes, I have loose skin. So did you experience any stall? No, I haven't really experienced any stall. Stop losing weight 8 months. After 8 months, accepted that the weight loss was done, but to my surprise, I started losing weight again after a year and 4 months. I have lost weight even if I'm eating exactly the same. Did you experience such a thing? Not really. I lost my first 100 pounds 6 months in, and yeah, I just lost weight. Now my weight is pretty much stagnant. I did gain a little bit weight, but I call it like my winter weight. So we'll see. I have to let you know. But my weight loss have been consistent. This is my first weight gain, so I'm trying to figure it out, girl. But I never experienced a stall. Who were your number one supporters throughout this journey? It was my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, and my best friend, Tracy. Those are my number one supporters. Yeah, I had a really good, strong support team behind me. And I feel like because of them, I had a really successful weight loss journey. Like, we're all on board. I had no negative feedback. And one thing I would like suggest is, decide you want to tell people about your weight loss journey or you having VSG, make sure the people that you tell is going to be supportive. If you know somebody's not going to be supportive, don't tell them. Like, you always want people to be positive around you, and the first year is always the toughest, always the toughest. You're going through a lot of emotions and you just need people to be positive around you. You want people who's going to be your cheerleader. Oh my god, you look great. You don't want any haters in you don't want any hater. Thank God every day that I had support. Now, did I get haters? Of course, but they're no longer in my life, obviously. In this journey, you do lose relationship, unfortunately, and that's pretty sad. I never thought that was the case, that was going to be the case, but you do lose friendships and stuff like that, unfortunately, and some people don't. This journey definitely showed me who's for me and who's not. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the questions. If you guys have more questions for me, let me know. Let me know and leave it down in the comments. If I have enough questions, then I will do a Q&A video. Any questions? No questions are off limits. Let me know. And follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna go live. I haven't gone live, but I'm planning on going live on my TikTok just to talk about weight loss and VSG and bariatric surgery, like all of the above, on my TikTok. So I'll leave it on the screen for you guys so you guys can check me out. Anyways, I'm running late for work. per usual, and I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye!